your audience, right? So, hey everyone, this is Walt from HighLevel Suite. Thank you so much for joining us. I am, of course, here with our host and best buddy in the whole world, Mike Pacito. Mike and I and Johan go way back. Mike was actually instrumental in helping us get our agency and system up off the ground with HighLevel Suite. So, hey, Mike, good to see you, man.
Yeah, it's been a little bit, and that's what I love about the business, man. It gets you to reconnect and with people in the same path and going in the same direction. And man, I'm really happy to know we're all going in the same direction, man.
Yeah, it's amazing. I think the community that we're a part of here is fostering success. Like I'm seeing so many thousands of people come into this community, the white label version of Go High Level, who's picking up their own business and moving forward as an entrepreneur. And I feel like this whole, I guess, community is moving forward. Like we're all trying to hit our straps. We're all trying to solve customers' problems, and it's such a cool thing to be a part of.
Yeah, and I think that's really a big reason why I wanted to have you guys, or I was very excited when you guys had reached out, is because we're really at a big turning point right now, especially in the high level buy and sell snapshots groups, which is where we're going to be posting a lot of this from and where we're all coming from. Um, and it's a big thing is that there's a lot of really mediocre high level snapshots out there. There's people and there's agencies that are comfortable doing the basics. They're very comfortable just taking whatever templates and kicking it out the door. And what I really see as an opportunity that I think people are going to be able to see from after coming through this, finishing through this whole webinar here, is that they're really going to see a way to bring a lot of accountability, and that accountability to their snapshot building is going to mean better results. And
Mm.
so I think the people that are really looking to level up are really going to want to pay attention to some of the ideas that you guys are going to talk to about niching out and sub niching and all the cool stuff with the lead gen, because
Yeah.
yeah, it's going to be really exciting.
And I think, like, for those of you who have seen our lead into this conversation here, we basically said the best snapshot in the world sucks if you can't find anybody to actually take it on with you and work with you. So, guys, let me send this across. Let me just fire that up and make sure you guys can see. And do a proper introduction. I'm Walt. As I said, I'm one of the co-founders here with my business partner, Johan. We have formed and founded Comet Suite, which then became HighLevel Suite, along with our hero, Mike Pacito, running the snapshot management system. And again, Mike, I'm actually so happy to see what you're doing with the buy and sell snapshot group and the quality control putting through there and making sure that we have this incredible power with snapshots and being able to make sure that those are done in the right way so that people have great results. It's a self-feeding system, which I think is amazing. So really thrilled to go through this with you, man. So let's jump in. And Mike, I really want you to be our compare here and drive us forward and talk us through with the group. So anybody who's coming through the snapshot system that you're putting together can feel your guidance as we're going through this. So let me jump in and kick it off. Today, we're going to be showcasing the advanced AI system that we've developed, where if you've got GHL and any snapshot, or even just GHL on its own, this will work for you. So we want to go through this whole system, and we want to make sure that we're showing you an advanced AI program that really does help you to make sales with your snapshots, with GHL, with your agency as you're growing it. So our gift, stick around. Part of our training program that we've developed is actually how to succeed with snapshots. Now, that's in addition to Mike's training. Mike's literally talking you through the best ways to build snapshots and how to make sure that they've got the audience before you're getting started and all that kind of stuff, which we're going to talk a bit more about. But we created a sales training course with snapshots. So we literally said, here's a whole program. When you've got a snapshot, here's how to succeed with it. We normally retail that for $197 as a course. We're going to give you guys that as a gift at the end. So stick around and we'll make sure that that is yours. So why else to stick around? Simply put, because as we go through this, we will see the exact system you can use to immediately find your ideal clients using our AI program. And what that also means is, hey, Leo, great to see you. And why that then becomes the easiest thing ever to show your customers and to show quick wins that can help you getting more clients saying yes. So stick around. We're going to go through the AI program. We've got that gift for you of the training program right at the end, and we'll show you how to get that yes from clients, how to start working with them using the AR tool. So we're going to show you how you can open the doors and close the deals using snapshots. And of course, the big part of that, Mike, we were just talking about before we hit record, is that you can actually create the audiences for those snapshots before you build them. You can test them before you launch them, and getting those all into the thing. We've shortcut the one thing that businesses want the most and put that into an easy to deliver program with AI at the core. So that's what we're here for.
If I could just reiterate
Jump
on
in,
that
man,
point.
please.
Yeah. So a lot of times there's always that whole thing between sales, marketing, leads, leads and sales. I think one of the big connections to do it is to really make sure that you do know the sales and the leads that you are going to put into your snapshot system. Because a lot
Absolutely.
of times when you're looking at the snapshots, you're saying, well, who's actually coming through this? Who is this actually designed for? And
Yeah, right.
I think by having that written down before you start, or if you've already launched,
Yeah.
having that written down somewhere would really help you reevaluate it.
Yeah, and I think that's like when we look in the GHL group, Mike, we see that conversation always about the niche, no, don't niche, micro niche, niche down, all of that kind of stuff. I know Kyle, we talk in our group about the niching concept all the time. And I know that Kyle, you've got some really passionate thoughts there. But Mike, when we talk to people about niching, and we talk about maximizing profitability, reducing that kind of doing different things all the time, like making
Complexity.
things into a templated system that has consistency, so you can deliver a consistent product out to people. When you're thinking about niches, Mike, what are some of the things that you go through mentally yourself?
Uh, well, let's, oh my way. Well, you're asking a real big question. I mean, are you
Yeah,
asking like
sure.
what kind of snapshots there are, or how do I think about niches?
No, how do you think about niches?
Yeah. So, well, the big one is that you got to think about where you are in your journey, right? If you're just starting out, I think you need to niche down and pick one and get as small of a niche as possible down
Mm,
to even just a couple people. Even if your niche is a couple people, you only need a couple clients to get going.
yeah, truth.
When a lot of people believe that if you niche down too much, you're missing out on all those other businesses. But here's the
Mm,
punchline: copy, paste, and customize in context. Gary Vee talked about this all the time. How do you get 100 pieces of content a day? You don't make 100 professional YouTube videos. You make one piece of content and you contextualize it for your different niches, your different sub niches, the
mm,
CEOs of the real estate brokerages,
right.
the admin people of it. And you can do that with HighLevel. You can make snapshots at that level. So, but you need to think about that first. Where are you in your entrepreneur journey? How
Hmm.
much niche can you handle?
Yeah.
And then go deep and divide. But you don't need to reinvent the wheel every time.
No, super true. And one of the things that we talk about as well is that the benefit of doing that is that you can identify the problem for that specific niche and for that specific person. And that's a great example when you were talking about the CEO of the real estate um, agency, right? The CEO of the real estate agency has a different problem than the
Yes.
receptionist at the real estate agency. And when you're building a snapshot, if you're building it for a specific person, then you get to build it to solve a specific problem, which means, as we know, and I love who's our friend that passed away, Johan, that had the incredible Band-Aid analogy when he was talking about people buy solutions to problems. He was talking about, he's in the kitchen cutting up vegetables, and suddenly, the knife slips and the top of the thumb comes off. Like right then at that moment, the only thing that's important is stopping the bleeding. And when you have that mentality about a service that you provide, when you have that, I'm delivering something that stops the bleeding now, then price becomes irrelevant. It's about solving the problem for that person at that moment. Kenneth, yeah, thank you, Johan. So exactly as you're talking about, Mike, one of the benefits of creating that niche focus is that you get to create the problem solution right then for that moment, which makes it an
And
irresistible
you're
offer.
making it personal. It's so
Yeah,
easy in this marketing world to get impersonal and to get too distant from your audience. And which is like the niche of one. Literally,
yeah,
that I'm doing it for Bob at that that real estate company or landscaping company. I'm going to talk to Bob on that level. The smaller you get, the more personal, the more real. And then you get something that works, and then you get it bigger. Then you go big, right? A
Right.
lot of
Absolutely.
marketers,
And
yeah, go on.
no, you're absolutely right, mate. And I remember again, a lot of our foundations came from you and I working together at our beginnings, and we had this conversation right then at that time. You were talking about you were helping us put together that duplicatable process, because otherwise, and we all know, right? Entrepreneurialism is like a million things at once. Well, it doesn't have to be. If you systemize what you're doing and you do the same thing consistently, then you get to deliver at a higher quality. And that's exactly what we're talking about here, creating a solution for a specific niche that you can then say, these are the results that we get. This is the process that we go through. It's a lot less stressful and a lot more valuable for the end customer as well.
Yeah, people like to hide. Yeah, they do everything at once because they want things to run away to when they don't want to finish stuff.
Yeah. We call it
ADHD.
the
So yeah, that's totally me. That's me in a
we call it the
nutshell.
trap of being busy. Is like doing all the things
Yeah.
that you like off to the side to stop you doing the things that you need to be doing. Let me jump back into here. So guys, we're gonna walk this through so that you can find and open those doors and close those deals using the snapshots and using a very specific program, which we're going to show you in a sec as we're getting through. So let's jump in. What's the thing that businesses want the most? And let's look a little bit deeper. And Mike, I need your help here. As you look at the buy sell snapshots group, what I'd love to ask you, what are some of the snapshots that are out there right now that you've seen that are niche specific, that are solving specific problems as we've talked about? What are some of the
Real
ones that you've
estate.
seen that are
I,
out there
I've
at the
been
moment?
seeing a lot of real estate people asking about it. And as
Mhm.
I have behind the scenes access, I know a
Yeah.
couple people who are building and launching real estate
Hmm.
snapshots. So it seems to be a hot one again. I mean,
That's
the
a big
housing
one.
markets, maybe it's just a Canadian or a North American thing, but yeah, housing markets are pretty
Nice. And what
tested.
sort of things are what are the real estate snapshots doing for a realtor? Like if I'm a realtor looking to purchase that snapshot, what are the benefits to me? Like what's in it?
Well, there's two things. One of them is you're either managing agents. So you have brokerages that want to be able to have multiple agents, which if you have multiple agents, each agent has a specific niche of
Hmm.
type of people that they resonate with. Are you talking more kind of features kind of side?
No,
Like
no,
what kind of
I'm
features?
saying like if I own that realtor's snapshot and I'm approaching a realtor principal,
Yes. So
what
it's all
am
you're
I?
saying all the
Yeah,
marketing things for
yeah.
people who
Like what are
don't
the
know how to
benefits?
do the
Why would a
marketing.
realtor want to buy that?
Because a lot of realtors are uh, they're very relationship based and they're very
Hmm.
focused on the relationships, so much so that anything that comes with like following up marketing websites, CRMs, all that other stuff is not on their head. So a lot of realtor snapshots, uh, they have a lot of extra stuff in them to keep them out of the CRM, to actually not
Right.
use the thing they bought, right? So
Yeah,
it's
right.
yeah,
Okay.
that kind of thing.
To keep them doing what they do best. So
Yes.
so the realtors is a big niche, and that's always one that we've seen a lot of the time. I've seen a lot of kind of local service snapshots, and we have a collection
Huge,
of those
always huge.
as well. That's a big industry, right? Like, so why? And again, let me stop share so we can chat face to face. Why does a local services company, a landscaping company, a roof repair company, why do these companies need that snapshot? Like, what's in it for them? Why are people buying that sort of stuff?
I believe I am being tossed the softest ball on the planet there. That's definitely too they want to make some money, man. They want some leads and they want and because they've been trying a whole bunch of other things that ain't working for them. I mean, really,
Yeah,
that's yeah. I'm getting
that's where it
what you're
comes
putting
from.
down.
It's interesting. Like, so we've got a snapshot store ourselves, and I know that you've got links to that which we can share with the crew as we're going out. But it's interesting. Like, so let's even just take those two examples. We've got a realtor's snapshot, and lots of people building different realtor snapshot. Johan and I spent ages last year, a year before, with somebody building out a commercial insurance agent's snapshot, and we're talking about the local services snapshot. Why do these snapshots have a place in the world? What's really interesting is so that those companies can focus on what they do best.
Yes.
Like across the board, It's not about, well, that company really, really, really wants the most complex automation. They want it so badly that they stay up at night dreaming about a 75-page automation. No, they don't. What the reason they're buying the snapshots off you guys as you're watching this is to eliminate the need to think about that stuff, right? That's what the snapshot is providing to a realtor. They're providing to a realtor a system so that they can go out and be a better realtor. They're
If you want
providing a system to a landscaper so that they can go out and continue to be a great landscaper without needing to worry about all of that stuff behind the scenes.
marketing agencies can relate, because a lot of marketing agencies get HighLevel. They don't want to become a tech support company.
Right.
They want to be they want to stay a marketing company. And so making sure that you design that snapshot right from the beginning keeps you at, and your clients need the same thing. So you can put yourselves in their shoes on that for sure.
100%. So what's really interesting for me is that these incredible systems that are being created not because a business owner wants this incredible. They don't. The business owner doesn't want that. What they want is the result, as you said, Mike, that they're being given. So the benefit that you're selling to the customer is the ability for them to go out and do what they do really well without having to worry about the tech side. There's not an accountant on the planet that wants to set up a CRM. There's not a commercial insurance agent or a realtor that just can't wait to learn everything about your GHL application. They don't. They want to get on with their job. But here's what's true. We saw, for example, this amazing insurance snapshot that was being built last year, Johan, and the sale price of this snapshot and system was around like the $10,000 mark. It was some serious gear. But no matter what, if you've spent a year building this most incredible snapshot, what's the one thing that puts money in your bank? It's not the snapshot itself. The thing that puts money in your bank is the customer in front of that snapshot. So what we've got to think about in terms of growing our businesses, and we're a GHL agency too, guys. Like, we own a GHL agency. When we say we grow our businesses, we're talking in the same space. So the benefit that you're selling the customer is that you're taking care of it. But the key point is, unless you get that snapshot, that system, that sequence of benefits in front of that right audience, you got nothing. You got nothing. As Matt DeSano from HL Pro Tools says so well, your business can only ever grow to the maximum amount of people who know you exist. And honestly, if you circle that and put it on your wall, like, that will serve you well. Your business can only ever grow to the maximum amount of the people who know you exist. Because if they don't know you exist, they absolutely cannot buy from you. So you can have the best realtor snapshot in the world.
And how well they grow.
Right? There it is.
Exactly. You can get some clients, but if they aren't growing, you aren't going to grow either.
No, because you're going to spend all your time trying to help them, and that's going to slow you down. Yeah. So what's the thing that businesses want the most? As we said, we've got these realtor snapshots, insurance, home services, business coaches, all these kind of different snapshots out there. Business owners don't want a series of custom values, 27-page automations, and 16 email sequences in a funnel. They don't care about it. They want the results. And
my heart. What are you talking about? I love custom values.
Of course. This is like, how can you tell me that? I've spent the last 14 hours building this most incredible automation. Our business owner doesn't care. They just want the result. And for a business owner, the result that a business owner wants is what? Like, what does every business want? They want to grow. They want more leads. They want more sales. Everything we do is about that. And in fact, as we look at GHL agencies as a whole, a lot of times the services that we provide around GHL are also designed to help businesses grow. They're doing things like SEO, right? So a GHL agency also might have an SEO component where they're optimizing websites and backlinks and doing all that kind of stuff for people. They might be doing video marketing. So they've got out there and they're creating all of this video content for people using tools that are there at the moment. They might be doing social media. So these are all of the, kind of fringe activities around agencies, but they all exist for the same purpose, the same reason. And that is the one thing that customers want, and that is more customers. Every business on the planet wants more customers. I'm going to go with the 99.9% rule, because I'm sure that there's businesses out there at the moment that are flooded. That's amazing, but I'm going to deal with the majority. And I tell you what, if I'm selling, I want to make sure that my customers are in the majority.
If they don't want more customers, they probably want better customers.
Yeah, or better systems to manage them. Yeah, that's right. Oh yeah, exactly. People that pay them more, and a great way to do that. So People don't want whatever the latest AI powered whatever. They don't want it. As we said, they want the results, which for them is more customers in their system, talking to the sales team and buying from them. So as we just said, for the realtor, they don't want this incredible complicated thing. What they want is that whole system to run so my team can get out there, get more listings, can speak to more buyers, so nothing gets dropped. They want the results, right? So people don't want the latest, greatest, most incredible thing. They want the results. When we started our agency, Johan and I, and as we said with Mike back in 2021, we had the incredible, huge system that we know is HighLevel or GHL. And this was our downfall almost. Well, not almost, it nearly buried us. It's
Oh
an
yeah,
incredible
I
system,
remember.
right? You're remembering, right? It's an incredible system. Sales were really, 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 really slow. And it was a big change for people. Johan would get somebody on the call. We'd do this amazing demo of GHL and we'd talk to them about this incredible system to manage all their contacts and do all this automation and look at this incredible reputation system and like blah. And it's just only grown since then. And people's eyes would glaze over. And we were like, this is so amazing. Why aren't people buying it? Because it was just too much of a leap for them. So in short, we had a heck of a solution to show people, but they didn't have a big enough problem that it solved for them to jump in. And again, when we're talking about snapshots, you guys are creating unique solutions for businesses, and that's what they want to buy from you, right?
Hopefully I
So
don't ruin your I don't ruin the continuity of your story. I'd
go,
also
man.
like to throw in a thing that it was partly also sales, obviously sales are always slow. Like I'm in this starting off on the entrepreneur side in that, but it's also getting the right people as well, because you can get them. But
Right.
then if you're firefighting, because that was one of the challenges, right? We did, real estate one hour, and the next hour doing insurance, and then the next hour we're doing something else. So it was just that wide
That's,
net that got, and then that slows the sales because your sales team's now jumping in there too, right?
man,
Like,
like just even hearing you recount that story, like
oh, you
you were
had
so
blocked it all
right.
out.
No, you were so right. Like we were, I think, if we look back at that, Mike, it's the desperate scramble of the startup entrepreneur. It's the I need cash however I can get it. Um, Over here, over there, over there, over here.
Mhm.
And what we just mentioned, like literally a few moments ago, was that if you focus on one customer, one solution, one unique methodology, you can nail it so much better, and your delivery becomes easier, your presentation becomes easier, like your knowledge in that space becomes easier. When we do our niche training, we talk to people about collectively grouping customers together. So it doesn't necessarily have to be I deal with realtors, right? But you need to collectively group those customers together that have the same problem. So in other words, your niche might be, I deal with local businesses in this postcode that are, this level of turnover that have this problem, and whatever this problem is, that's where you can focus in and solve that. So long as you've got that same delivery every time, you go from firefighting to launching rockets, which is the better way to go. So yeah, you're
So,
absolutely right, Mike. It's
so the
making
only
sure the
reason I
right
brought that up,
customers are in front of you.
so I brought that up just to kind of bring the point home of, yes, more customers, but more targeted and more customers that, you actually know who's coming in. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah.
That's it. And making those choices selectively. What I'm about to show you guys, we'll get into the meat of this. What I'm about to show you guys is that you get to choose, right? When you're starting off, it feels like I've got to scramble. I've just got to go. No, you don't. There's a really specific way that you can choose the customers that you go after. And we'll show you that right now, because that'll change your world. So let's jump in. Again, we were trying to sell a solution that didn't really have a problem. When you switch that around and you focus on solving the problem, then the cash register starts ringing. So solving problems gets you paid is the short version of that, right? Solving problems gets you paid. And that's what we're talking about with snapshots. That's what we're talking about with GHL. That's what we're talking about with your whole approach when you're talking to a customer. What is the problem they've got, and how can I solve it for them, right? So Elon Musk, one of the fastest growing wealth creation people on the planet, says you get paid in direct proportion to the difficulty of problems that you solve, right? Have a look at that. You get paid in direct proportion to the difficulty of problems that you solve. Now, again, think about businesses and what problems they have, and your ability to solve them is what's going to generate that income for you. Hormozy, who we're a big fan of in the agency space and in the entrepreneurial space, says if you get into business to solve problems, you'll make money. If you get into business to make money, you'll have problems. All right. Again, focusing on solving the problems for your clients is absolutely the way to get paid. So let's focus on solving those problems. What's the biggest problem that most businesses have, as we just talked about? Leads. It's getting people to come through the door. And that is irrelevant of what industry they're in. If they're in real estate, they want more listings, more buyers. If they're in chiropractic, they want more people coming through the doors, getting adjustments. It's irrelevant of the industry. Every business has that same problem. So it's the one thing that almost all businesses are looking for. So right here in 2 steps, we're going to show you how to sell more snapshots by focusing on that problem. So step 1 is we're going to show you how you can sell more by, as we said a moment ago, getting to the point where you can target the customers you're going for, pinpointing those leads to solve those problems. And then step 2, how you can use that same software yourself in your own brand to sell more snapshots and more systems and more GHL and grow your agency. So let's have a look at this program that we've developed. When was the last time you saw this, Mike? We've added so much
It's
to
very
this
pretty
system.
now. It is
Oh
very
yeah.
pretty. It
There's
wasn't bad
some really
before.
clever
The
stuff
guys,
in here as well.
you didn't do a bad job back in the day either, but it's yeah, it's pretty now.
It's getting some really cool stuff. So let's jump in and have a look. So we talked about being able to find your ideal customer, and I think that's where we're going to kick off. When we're looking at, okay, I've got an amazing snapshot. It's a realtor's snapshot, right? And this is a rhetorical question, but Mike, I need you to answer it for me. If I've got a realtor's snapshot, who should I be trying to sell that to?
The finance person,
Right,
probably.
exactly. There you go. Now we know. So if I've got a chiropractor snapshot, I should be selling to chiropractors. If I've got a business coach's snapshot, I should be selling to business coaches. And that's all easy to say because you can go to a snapshot store and you can buy that realtor's snapshot right now, but it doesn't solve the problem. The problem is you need to get that message in front of that realtor. You need to get that message in front of that chiropractor, that landscaper, that roofing repair person.
Just
So the
again,
way,
if you don't mind,
yeah,
if
go
I
for
can
it.
jump on one more thing too, and
Please
just
do,
again,
man.
because some people probably know all your tool and that. So let's take it in real quick to the snapshot design thing. I'm going to be
Mm,
broken record on it here, but when you're planning out your snapshots, if you start, with this thing of what Walt just said of saying, hey, who do I actually have to sell this for? And also know that you probably have to sell it to multiple people. So in the
mhm,
real estate, you have the realtors, because if they're not bought in, ain't nobody's using it. The
mhm.
finance person is like, how's this going to make us money? They're not bought in. Great. The admin people. So it's understanding the users of your snapshot is
100%.
really, really important. So yeah.
So, and that's a really great point. So, one of the best, most incredible things that's come up in the last little while is, of course, ChatGPT and LLMs and AI and all that kind of stuff.
I
What
was
if
going
I
to say my
said
wife's
to
curry is pretty up there, but this is a good one too.
anything with me and cooking, Mike? I'm out. I can't have that conversation. I will be banned for
Okay,
life.
sorry, I'm
No,
interrupting again.
it's like I always say to people, like, stay in your zone of genius, and my wife will yell out from the kitchen, "That means your office, not the kitchen." It's like, yeah, exactly. I know. So, um, ChatGPT, if we're talking about solving the problem of the business owner, we might ask ChatGPT something like this: I'm selling a system to realtors. Can you tell me the common problems a realtor has? Now, regardless of whatever answer comes back here, I want to show you something. So here are the common problems. Hey, guess what? Number one is lead generation, right? Time management, client retention and follow-up, marketing properties, market fluctuations. All right. So there's a whole bunch of stuff in there that are generic to what problems does a realtor have, all right? But let me show you this. Let me go a little bit deeper. What if you were approaching the principle of that realtor, real estate agent, right? So thanks. Can you be more specific and tell me the problems that the principal of that agency would have? Let's just see. A different set of challenges than individual realtors: recruiting and retaining agents, compliance and legal risk, agent performance and productivity, operational efficiency, technology integration, branding and marketing, lead distribution and quality control, financial management, client. These are different problems. Now, why is that important? Why is that important, guys? Just before we kick off in this lead generation system, why is it important? Because if I've got my realtor's snapshot, right? One of the things that's probably going to come with a snapshot is a landing page, a funnel, right? And it's going to have a headline and it's going to talk about this, this, and this. If you had done that very quick search on ChatGPT, you might change that headline slightly. And you might have my companyname.com/real estate/principal, because the page talks to the problem that the principal has, right? But if I ask that question differently of the finance controller, it's going to have a different. So what I'm talking about here is you can have the same product, okay, but the problem solution that the individuals are looking for is going to be different. And if you want to increase your sales, focus in on solving those individual problems is a smart way to go. So let's have a look at, now I've got my realtor snapshot. I understand that there's different people in the organization. Let's kick this off. So if I'm looking for a realtor, step one, all right, I might be looking for a realtor, and I'm going to look, which part of Canada are you in, Mike?
I'm in kind of in Ontario, so right above all of the
Ontario.
links there.
Okay.
Ontario there.
Lovely. So let's go with, I'm looking for a realtor in Ontario, Canada, right? And I'm just going to add these to my, I've got a Seattle realtors list, but I'll add it there anyway on the other side, but that's okay. Away we go. So the first thing I want to do is find these realtors, right? So straight away, I can find realtors. I've got their company name. I've got their reputation, which is great if we're selling that kind of stuff into GHL as well. I've got their website, which is amazing. Their business phone number. I've got their company address. All of that is great. None of that is magic. That can actually be done from Google if you want to. If you've got 20 minutes, you can go and put all that into a spreadsheet. If you don't have 20 minutes, you can just do it in one click over here. But you can get really broad or really narrow with these results. So I can take my map here and say, actually, I'm really focusing in on just the Brampton area within Ontario. All right. So it'll update and I can focus in narrow, broad, however I want to go. So first search, bringing these results in, is just getting a list together of the kind of people we're looking for. All right, that's great. But let's go and have a look at some of the magic that's happening in the background here. In the background, we're starting to do a lot of enrichment of this data. All right. The first thing I want to point out is that we're starting to get an employee count. All right. So again, if I'm focused on solving problems for a real estate agent and I've got a $5,000 snapshot that I want to set up in a system that I'm going to charge $1,000 a month for, I might want to focus on agencies that have a particular size. So great information to know. I'm starting to see not just their reputation, but how many reviews they've got. And I can change my pitch. Again, if part of my snapshot is about the reputation piece within GHL, I can start to say, hey, look, I noticed you got 35 reviews, 4.1 stars, versus these guys down the road that have got 4.9 stars at 318. I think we need to bump this up for you, right? Versus these guys where we're saying, hey, I think you need to protect what you've already got. All right. And so you can change. Yeah.
This is another really, really small thing. And I think it applies to almost every industry. The size of companies really changes the effectiveness of how snapshots perform and what those conversion rates are of your different funnels. Because you're looking at, it's like, hey, if you have 32 people in your brokerage versus maybe the ones that have like 200 or 300, it's a completely different conversation. It's a completely different, and you also are going to be reaching out to different people and having to get different people's buy-ins versus the smaller ones where it's probably just the brokerage person and his wife and their admin person are like the core three. It's a
different conversation. It's a very different, and again, that's about being personal, right? Yeah. So what else have we got here? It's like these guys are right. We've got Sotheby's, we've got Men of Windsor, we've got these guys in Brampton. All right. This is coming from our searches here. What else have I got here? I've got, of course, their socials, right? Nowadays, so much business is done on Facebook, on Instagram, on LinkedIn, right? So if I've got these guys and I wanted to have a conversation with them and I wanted to talk to them about the benefits of the snapshot that I've got and put together for them, I can reach out to these guys straight on Facebook. I can literally one click, be in conversation with them immediately right here. All right. I can do that from the dashboard. I can comment on their YouTube videos. I can follow them on Twitter, X. I can message them, send them a DM on Instagram. Right. And of course, that then leads us into emails as well. So now, as we said, different people in the organization, all right, have got different problems to solve. So now we've got this information about our people. We've got cell phone numbers if they're available, first name, last name if it's available. Not every search is going to return that level of data, but if it's there to be found, this system can find it. Mike.
I gotta jump in once again too here. This is really, really good, obviously, for the agency side when you're trying to find those things. But when we're talking about building snapshots, doing this for your customer, because I
Wow.
will guarantee you almost no business, 95% of businesses don't actually do this kind of thinking for their
Right.
own business. So
Mm-hmm.
if you're designing your snapshot, is put yourself in their space. Hey, I'm a realtor who is trying to talk to your client to say what kind of people they're getting, and then ask what kind of problems they are trying to solve. So doing this kind of a search for them allows
Mm-hmm.
you to then think of, again, your snapshot, and it'll really help the conversations if you've already thought through that part, right?
Absolutely. And one of the things that we're going to get to in just a few moments as well is that you guys can probably tell from the name of our company, we white label this tool. So you guys can actually put this ability to find targeted customers
Did I
into
jump
your
ahead?
snapshots and solutions. All right. So how about doing this for your clients? How about putting their ideal clients in front of them? And actually, since we're on realtors, since it's such a big space, we have a really cool kind of three-step process that we talk about for a realtor. How does a realtor use a B2B tool? Because B2B marketing is easy in comparison to BDC, right? So if I'm a realtor, I want to do business with my local community. So we kind of say there's three different ways that you can do that. First of all, use this tool to find other businesses in the area and do deals with them, right? So we said local service companies, there's a huge market for GHL. The plumbers, the landscapers, the roof repairers, the curtains and blinds guys. Well, the realtors chatting to a curtains and blinds company is an amazing connection, right? So if the curtains and blinds company, the plumbers and the landscapers and the realtors are working together, they're all serving the same market. So we use the tool to form those amazing connections. Number
It
two
If I
strategy
could
that we
just,
talk about.
sorry, I know you, I
Yeah,
keep jumping in there, but
please,
if you
man.
talk
Please,
to any,
absolutely.
I've talked to many realtors in business networking groups. And if
Mm.
you've ever joined a BNI or any of those other weekly lunch things that they do, the number one most connected B2B person is always going to be the realtor.
Isn't that amazing?
The home services people, like the plumber, the thing, like they're connected, all of them. So a realtor really should have a B2B strategy, a
Mm.
100%. The good ones
Absolutely.
anyway.
Yeah, and most of them will develop or evolve into that space as they go, and you can help them do that with something like this. So we teach them to find their local communities. The second thing that we talk to them about is to use the people search, which I'll show you in just a second, to target high net worth individuals around the area. And the third strategy is to focus in on specific companies so that you can reach out to a local school, as an example. Why would you reach out? If I'm a realtor, why would I reach out to a local school? Because that school has got connections with the families in this local community. They've also got 150, 200, 500 teachers who also live in this community. Like, if you can reach out to individual organizations who are local and have big databases, then you'll do well in the B2C space. So realtors obviously just one piece or one example of a niche. And we're kind of picking on it because that's a lot of the snapshots that we see coming through. But again, guys, think about what we're talking about here. Every business wants more customers. And if you're doing this for a chiropractor or a gym or a local restaurant, you can show them how they can bring people into their company using this kind of targeting. So let me jump back across and keep sharing here. There's a few things I just want to go through with you guys. So number one, if we're looking at this information, we've got all this detail about our targeted clients. We've said this type of business is my ideal buyer for this snapshot system that I've just invested in. All right. So now we can put this in front of them, right? Now we can also let AI take over some heavy lifting, which is really cool. So I've got these guys, they look like an ideal client to me, and I want to send them a DM on Facebook. Well, I can just let AI create that DM for me. And the AI, you base it on your own business and what you do, but the AI will write a unique personalized DM that I can copy and paste into a conversation with my ideal client. Right. We can also do things like summaries. So I've got a summary here where it's going to look at the actual website itself and it's going to note specific awards or things that they've done well. And that's just a prompt in the background of the system, which I'm happy to give you guys. but it can create this incredible detail about this individual business. Now, guys, I want to plug in a couple of things here. All of this data that I can see, I've just done a DM script, I've got subject lines being written, I've got email scripts that are in place, all that kind of stuff from AI, all personalized, okay? All unique to each individual record and all instantly synchronized into your GHL system. Wait, let me say that again. And think about this in a snapshot sales environment. Mr. Realtor, when you pick up this snapshot system from me, I'm going to give you this incredible thing. Not only that, I'm going to give you a leads program that's going to bring in local community business leads for you and get AI to do summaries, introductions, DMs, and your initial communication right into your database, which means, and let me say this face to face because it's super, super, super cool, which means when we plug in your conversational AI to have a conversation with this lead, the business structure, systems, awards is already known to the AI. So when I go, here's a lead, my AI knows who that lead is, knows what they do in the community, knows all about them, and can converse with that customer on a personal level. Whoa, underline, highlight, red flashing light, right? So generating leads, amazing. Generating leads that my AI system knows about, now I can have something really special in your hands, Mr. Realtor, Mr. Chiropractor, Mr. Private School Principal. So creating that kind of stuff, super, super cool. And that's all done using the AI piece. Now, again, I'll jump back in. Mike, jump in. Go for it, mate.
Yeah. So on the from snapshot perspective too, what's really also missing, a lot of people, they jump right into building, the features and all that. But understanding what kind of data that you have for the campaigns that you're going to create is really important. And usually when you start with a snapshot, you kind of work with the assumption that your leads, you're going to have an email, first name, last name, maybe, etc. So when you're using a tool like this, it's really important to take the time to write down and think about the type of data you have access to and saying, hey, here's the data that we have for the campaigns that I'm going to be creating. Knowing that I have this, as you said, if you're going to create a conversational AI bot, know that you have this data. It drastically reduces the amount of complexity of your snapshots when you can reliably know you have this data and you don't have to either let the AI just guess and hope it gets it right kind of thing. So, so this is another strategic thing of saying, hey, and you guys have so much data. Sometimes it's, well, which data don't we want to throw at the AI?
Yeah. And actually, when you're presenting this to a customer, like the overwhelm of data is a great thing, but Mike, you're exactly right. So then you can say, and you can choose which data gets used and, all that kind of stuff, which is great.
Or our system has already focused on just the important
has cut
stuff.
through it for you.
Has already done it in the snapshot. Yeah.
So we use this data in really creative ways in our own marketing as well. So we've got this. So we showed the DM scripts and the emails and all that kind of stuff. We use this one as well. I wrote a little script here that I call I Noticed. So it's like, if you're conversing with somebody or you're trying to get their attention, you're like, oh, I noticed that you, are really into your Star Wars or whatever. I noticed that you've got a really great manor house on the front of your thing. I noticed that you're the nation leading chiropractor. I noticed something about your business. So a little script here that says I noticed, and then I'll show you how we use that in GHL. So a little script here that says I noticed this specific thing about your business. I noticed that your business provides a comprehensive set of real estate services across a broad spectrum of locations, including this, this, and this. A standout feature to mention is your user-friendly property search. So I noticed something, right? Now, I don't know if you've ever spoken to a client where they've said to you, wow, you guys, you really did your research, right? No, my AI did my research for me, but thanks, I appreciate you. So how we use that in our own marketing, I'm going to jump here into our GHL space. Let me just grab one of my outreach systems here. And again, this is techie, but I'll be 30 seconds of tech and then I'll be jumping back into the cool stuff. So in our marketing, in our automations, what I do with that I noticed is I insert it into our outbound lead system, right? Sorry, wrong automation here. Where are we? There we go. Send a cold email. Okay, cool. So I'm sending out emails to a targeted client with a specific introduction, with a personalized subject line, all from the AI, because those fields automatically come into GHL. So again, I'm being a little bit techie here, but see that contact intro by AI? That's inserting that personalized I noticed section. So it's like, hey team, Walt here, co-founder of HighLevel Suite. I noticed that da, 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 and I thought based on that, we might be able to work together. Right. And that's sending out a personalized message to my targeted prospect with something that AI has uniquely noticed about that individual company, right? And then we reference that in further emails, etc. So the AI piece is really, really cool. I want to show you something else here, guys. So that is just a company search, right? We've just said, find me all of the realtors in Ontario. Find me all of the builders in Sydney. Find me all of the chiropractors in my local city. Whatever it is that you're looking for in terms of niches and industries that you can look for. But remember what we said before. Different people in the organizations have different problems, and it depends who you can reach out to. So if I was looking for a real estate company, we just showed how we could do that with our company search. But I might be looking for a specific individual that I want to work with. Okay. So I can use my people search here to really get detailed about who I'm looking for. So I might be looking for a real estate financial controller. All right. So now again, I'll grab anywhere here. This works any continent, any city, anywhere in the world. All right. So I'm going to find a financial controller specifically, and I can jump in and find an individual. I can find the CEO. I can find the marketing person. All right. So here is the real estate financial accountant, and I can immediately reach across to Susanna. And okay, she's taken down her page. Let me see if I can find somebody else here. Ernesto. All right. So Ernesto, I can come straight in and find out who they are, make sure that they're the right person to reach out to. And of course, let my system go to work and enrich that data. Again, I'm just going to grab this. Enriching that data, finding out all their socials, cell phone numbers, connections, work history, awards that they've won, skills that they've put into place. All of that can be brought into the system and again, synchronized straight into
Dude,
GHL. So
if I could just cut in, dude, man, my brain just exploded a second ago because if I'm thinking about snapshots, one feature that almost every snapshot is missing is that networking aspect. And like, if we're just taking on, well, do real estate people need B2B? It's like, yeah, of course they do. But then I was thinking, how many snapshots have I ever seen that have a, hey, Mr. Business, here's your built-in networking thing that will, and
wow.
you'll grab all the things that here's all the biggest players in your industry. Here's all the
Wow.
biggest companies for each one. And here's a set of campaigns to follow up on how to get them. Like, dude, I've never seen that.
That's
But like,
very, very cool. We picked up a client here in Australia, and they were an electrical importer doing like tagging and testing. So like making sure compliance was in place, and massive company. I think they had like 50, 60 employees, huge, huge, huge business. And we set this up for the CEO of the company. His name is Peter. And specifically for that purpose, Mike. So Peter, they were doing well. They were well regarded in the business. And so when we were talking to Peter, we said to him, and actually, I think he might have been still been with us when this initial, no, it was after your time. We said to Peter, so what can we do for you? And he said, you know what I want to do is I just want to have lunch with like-minded CEOs in my targeted space because I'm traveling a lot and I want to be able to travel, have lunch and do business, at a lunch table at a CEO level. So we created this campaign exactly like you're saying from a networking point of view. And we actually called it Lunch with Pete. All right. Creativity. So we called it Lunch with Pete. And the whole concept was Pete's flying into X city, grab all of the CEOs of his kind of targeted business and send them a lunch invitation. Hey, my name is, I'm flying in on Thursday. I'd love to meet you. Let me shout you lunch. If you're interested, hit reply. I'll see you at XYZ restaurant, whenever we get there. And use this tool as a networking piece to connect with the high individuals around the space. Again, imagine putting that into a snapshot. Imagine the value of that to the owner of businesses who know the value of that networking piece.
So I think it's just to sum up, of many things we could sum up, but the really big thing that you want to take from that, I think a lot of people in the snapshot world taking away from this is that understanding of the problems that you are specifically solving. because generic snapshots get you generic results.
Mm.
And I think the big difference, obviously, it sounds common sense, but it's different when you can actually identify the problem that you want to solve and you can attach it to a database of people who actually fit. Because you might have a niche of problems you want to solve, but is there anybody there? So when you build your snapshots with the audience and the data there as your guide, the thing that you're looking at, it
Yep.
becomes so much easier. So I think that's what, because this, I think something way back in the day, we didn't really have as much AI stuff. So we couldn't even unlock a lot of the power of this lead gen tool. Whereas now you really, there's almost no excuse now not to
This is
have a
amazing.
snapshot that's at this level.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, super cool. Yeah, exactly. You're right. And building it before you even lay a single finger on the keyboard and start to think about your automations, building it with your targeted audience in mind, testing it, making sure you're solving their problems means you're going to have a ready buyer at the beginning, which is super cool. So, done the demo here. I'll give you a very, very quick sneak peek, Mike, because I love you. This is coming out this week. It's about 3 weeks overdue at the moment, but that's the way things work with business, as you know.
Anything, yeah, anything, yeah.
Let me just jump in here if I can remember my own password. No, I can't. This is my staging area. This is again coming in. Oh man, I'm sorry. It's logged me out overnight. If I can't get in, I will talk you through. Yay. All right, cool. So you'll see that this one is now unlocked. We talked about the company search, the people search, the domain search. We now have what we call influencer search, which is Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. And the kind of data that this is bringing in, Mike, will blow your mind. I'll just show you real quick. So if we've got an influencer search, and let me just grab one here that we've got in the system, not to run it in the background too long. Let me find one that I've already enriched. Here we go. Let's have a look at this particular company and see the kind of data we're bringing in here. So when you're looking for an influencer, I've got this amazing real estate snapshot. Well, how can I sell this to lots of realtors in one hit? I tell you what, how about I get together with a couple of influencers in the realtor space, people that already have amazing YouTube channels, people that already have incredible Instagram followings. I do a deal with them. I set them up as an affiliate on my GHL platform, and I come in and talk to them. Well, how am I going to find those influencers? Right here, we're starting to see the detail that we're getting on that influencer. What's hashtags are they talking about? What mentions are they using? What were their latest posts? So we can start to see all of the information. What's the demographic? Who are they talking to? Who are they following? What gender? What countries? What cities do they mainly get their reactions from? What languages are they posting in? What interests are they talking about? So we're really starting to find the detail. If I'm looking for an influencer, and I can use one connection to explode my sales of any snapshot or any industry system that I'm using, that's going to change people's world. So that's a really
what's the
cool
difference
one.
between an influencer and a client or a potential lead?
Sorry, the question is, what's the difference between?
Because could you not use this influencer tool as well as to get the sort? Because in like if we take real estate for instance, like the only people really making money are in like the top 1 to 2%. Like they get everything, right?
Right.
So would they not be if you're trying to target to like the forward thinking influencers, or the types of businesses that are forward thinking, is that tool useful in that case, or does that also
Wouldn't it
get pulled
be?
in?
Wouldn't it be? Absolutely. And wouldn't your realtors, like if you're, again, the
This
name
is
of
not pre-set
our
up. This
business,
is literally me thinking this up as I go, but I'm
right?
assuming you already got the answer, and I'm
Isn't
I'm
that
walking.
isn't that the case? Aren't you looking for the people that have got the following? Aren't you looking for the people that have got the reach? And as a white label piece, imagine if you've got a realtor in front of you and you can say, here's the influencers in your local space. How about I do a deal with them for you? Like it opens up incredible doors where one connection can lead to thousands of sales and an ongoing lifetime stream. Like having that ability to find, connect with, understand, know influences in any space, in any niche, man, that's, as I said, that's going to change people's lives. So super excited about that. That
So
is
to be a question, so those influencer lists, can they be pulled in as well into yeah. Okay. Yeah.
How
I
good is
yeah, yeah.
that? How good is that? So running a specific influencer campaign. What about connecting multiple influencers together? It's super exciting, right? And we get into all kinds of stuff there. So that is how to solve the problem. Number one, being able to find clients for your snapshots, being able to target individuals, being able to put the right people into your system to start those conversations, and that's what we've put here. And again, the great part about that is you get to do it for yourself. So some of the different industries that we talked through just then, business coaches, there's a lot of business coach snapshots out there. Being able to find quickly business coaches, being able to find specific business coaches within the program, easy to do. Agencies, if you're looking to be able to bring on GHL affiliates, there's people making 6 figures a month from being a GHL affiliate, from selling to agencies. You can create snapshots and gift them to them. Use this tool to be able to find and approach. Commercial insurance, as we said, snapshots in that space, massive value. But again, how do I find the insurance agents? Our client that we were talking about before used this tool as a recruitment tool. So actually was reaching out to other insurance agencies, showing him the system that he'd built, saying, hey, if you come work for me, you're going to get this leads program, you're going to get this snapshot system, you're going to get this follow-up, this lead engagement program. Come and work for me and I'll make you a better insurance agent. We've seen gyms using this. Again, there's a lot of gym snapshots out there. There's a lot of businesses in GHL built on gyms and helping gyms expand. Again, how do I find the gym owner? We use the tool. How do I get in touch with the people who are in the local community and fill the gym? We use the tool. Real estate, as we said a lot of time now, mortgage brokers on the side of real estate, being able to target people in a local community, being able to connect real estate agents and mortgage brokers together, amazing opportunity. Restaurants and bars, we've got some amazing stories about restaurants that are using GHL and then plugging this system in on top to be able to bring people from the local area into the restaurant and make that happen. And of course, as we just said, JVs with influencers. If you can create those JV opportunities for your clients, they will pay you for that. Imagine the value to that electronics company that I mentioned, where Pete was able to have lunch with CEOs around the world of the exact targeted companies that he's looking for. The value of that to the business is huge. So what do you think, Mike?
Dude, there's so many things that are blowing up in my head. The one thing that I am incredibly excited for tools like this is I'm a big person on accountability. And when it comes to snapshots, one of the hardest things, especially if you're like a snapshot developer who's not, you're not the real estate person, maybe you might not even be a marketing person, maybe you're more of came from a tech background, is that it's really, really important. In fact, it's vital to have a actual understanding of what is the conversion rates of your snapshots.
Yeah.
And at a micro level, the more detailed you can get, the better. And what's really cool about a tool like this is to be able to saying, hey, does my snapshot, when I put the exact leads that it's designed for, can it actually get leads and potential sales at the back end? So using tool like this as you're testing, yes, you'll get, getting leads is great for the customers and that, but using it as a very controlled way to do your tests, because why would you, a lot of times it's easy to create a crazy marketing campaign, you throw it out to 1,000 people, but if it doesn't get anything, it's useless, right?
And
So
are you even
yeah.
reaching the right people? Like, you got to make sure that you're spending that money wisely. I met up with Ping Jun's media buyer. Ping is an amazing online marketer. One of the biggest internet marketers around. I met him in Dallas 2 years ago, and we were walking through the tool that we just looked at right now, and Ping actually said to me, so how many leads can we bring in? And I said, well, let me ask you a media buyer that exact same question. So a media buyer, somebody that spends money on Facebook ads, YouTube ads. So if we're talking about testing a market for your snapshot, I turned to Ping Jun's media buyer and I said, okay, if I gave you $500 a month, how many leads could you get me? And he said, oh, well, it depends on the creative and it depends on your audience and it depends on your targeting and it depends on your da-da-da and it depends on this. And I said, so it's a bit of a guess. Like we can try and get as close as we can, and he said, well, of course, media buying's a guessing game. Whereas here you can say, if I want 100 real estate agents in Seattle, I can find them immediately. And I know that I'm talking to the right audience. So when we're talking about accountability and testing the market for specific snapshots, benefits, features, sales pages, however we want to build that in, first step, make sure you're talking to the right audience. Make sure you're putting the right message in front of the right people. So now we can have those specific targeted people in that frame before we even push the go button on going broad. You can start to generate sales and income from a really specific targeted list, making sure that you're reaching out to the right people. And one of the things that we love, Mike, with GHL is I can bring those targeted leads in using an automation in GHL and immediately update a custom audience on Facebook. So if I'm like, I want to talk to the financial controllers of the real estate agency companies in this city, and I go bang, and then I know that my custom audience on Facebook is immediately updated with those ideal
So you're
targeted people as well.
so you're talking to a Canadian, and in Canada land, we have a lot of cold email laws that you can't really break very well.
Yep.
So yeah, but a tool like this is absolutely vital for what you just said, is
Mm-hmm.
that you want to be able to have those custom audience lists. And thinking about this going into somebody who's already might be doing some marketing, and they might be doing saying like, hey, how are you doing your ads right now? You're doing it just blah, blah. Okay, well, the snapshot we're bringing in our program, not only are we bringing in, we're going to automate a lot of your marketing, but we're also going to help you with your advertising. And you could just bring this in just for on that side. So
Isn't that so
thinking of your
cool?
thinking of your snapshot not as a list of features, but as the end results of what is the impact of what does your snapshot do, and having that data thoughtfully made out and having that all connected is realizing that you're upping the value of what you sell when you can bring that data as long with the features as well.
Yeah,
So
you
it's
got it. Exactly right. And we said before, selling your snapshot with an inbuilt lead system, whoa, it's like changing the world for the clients that you're bringing in. Luckily, the great thing with so guys, you have to be compliant. The laws in Australia are very similar when it comes to emails and stuff like that. You need to be compliant. You need to know and understand your local laws. Thankfully, you can reach out to people using DMs. So you can reach out to a business. And my favorite sales DM of all time when I'm reaching out to an individual local business is, hey, are you guys taking on new clients? So reaching out on Facebook or Instagram or LinkedIn or only say, hey, are you taking on new clients at the moment? And the answer is always, yes, of course we are. Oh, great. We have a lead generation system we'd love to chat to you about. Can we send you an email? And that we're getting the permission. And again, all of that's tracked in GHL. Again, guys, you've got to be compliant, but there's amazing ways that you can connect with businesses using good systems. All right. So let me jump back on. I just want to wrap. I'm conscious of time here, Mike. So guys, we've got a bit of a special deal for you guys, but I want to go through this. So if you think you could use this system to find one customer for your own business in the next 12 months, then we're in the right place. If you could find one business to buy one system off you, then I've done my job. And especially then when it comes to snapshots, because if you combine this system of finding the ideal clients with snapshots you already own, you can see how you could find one more customer for that snapshot easily, one realtor, one chiropractor, one local services company. And you can see how that stacks up really quick. What do you think that's worth? Mike, what are you seeing snapshots being sold for? Like a snapshot system, GHL, the whole program. What are people selling
way
those for
too
out in the
low, but
marketplace?
I say
I
your
agreed.
entry point into for a basic snapshot should be around the $500 mark. And
Right?
I'd say your mainline professional snapshot is probably in that 1,000 to 1,500.
Yep.
And I think I think that's where the good ones, or a solid snapshots should be all about.
Yeah, I agree with you. And then so somebody who buys that really well put together snapshot, they've invested the $1,500 or $2,000 to buy that system. They are then out there selling that in the marketplace. What kind of levels are you seeing for people who have got a great system with GHL in
Oh,
the
like
background?
what does the end user sell it
What are
for?
they
Oh
selling it
man.
for? What's the agency then able to make that sale for on a recurring basis?
Oh, like you're talking like 2,000 to 5,000 a month if depending on, if you're more B2B focused, but
Yeah.
you're talking about a minimum of like $500 a month for, again, if you're providing extra value on, well, no, not even that, because yeah, so you could sell it for that for quite a lot. Yeah.
Like we're seeing minimum 500 a month, up to 2,000 a month. A lot of our crew going through John Logos training, they're doing like lead qualification, all that kind of stuff. They're going $5,000 setup, 5,000 a month. Like
Yeah.
You don't need a lot of clients to completely change your world with that. So what's one customer worth thinking about? The great news is, guys, for you guys, and thank you to Mike for being here, you get to have that whole system for less than $130 a month. So the deal that we've got for you guys is whitelabelsuite.com/MP, which is Mike Pachito -offer. So you can go and grab that right now. So the great news is that you get that whole system where you can generate leads for yourself, and you can have all that data coming in, and you can find your influencers, you can do all that kind of stuff for $130 a month. But the even better news is that we also give you a white label license to that tool, which allows you to sell that whole program, creating a stream of recurring income. So you can include a lead gen component with your snapshot. So now you can sell to a realtor and include 500 local leads a month. You can go to a B2B environment, a commercial insurance agent, you can sell them your system, your snapshot, your GHL program, and you can sell them your own leads tool as a starting point with that. So if you could think of just one business that would also like to solve their lead gen program, you're in the right place, because you get a white label license to that whole leads tool, right? So you get to be able to not only find leads for yourself, find people to buy the snapshot for you, find and qualify the list, the market before you build it, Mike, but you also then get to include the lead gen component in your snapshots, right? That leads us to step 2, and I'll do this really quick. It's a full white label license to that entire program, branded as your own, set your own price, build your own scalable business. And I'm going to do the world's quickest walkthrough of that. It's literally built into the program. All you need to do is connect up your Stripe account. You can then set up a package for sale. So we might say, okay, I'm going to create a package. I'm in my staging environment, but that's okay. I've set up a package called my Gold Realtor Leads Program. All right, which is going to include 500 local credits a month. All right, and done. Create that package in Stripe for $497 a month. Okay, add my setup fee of $1,000. All right, and done. So literally that quick, leads for realtors. That quick, I've created my package for sale. All right. Oh, okay. This is my staging one. Let me show you when I've already got done. I can create those packages for sale, and immediately I can start taking money. So I can copy my link. I've been talking to somebody. They say, yeah, great, Mike, sounds amazing. Let's go ahead with that. I can send them that link. When they click on the link, they're subscribing to your Stripe account. You've got your setup fee, everything in there, ready to go. And boom, they get their own license. They get their own copy. Your automation's in the background, setting up their GHL account. So within 10 minutes of starting, you can have your own lead gen system available on a subscription that you can send out to people. We also give you all of the white label tools, all of the collateral that goes with that. So these are the steps to making sales with this program. Put in your domain name. So if you've already got a waltzconsulting.com, or, whatever it might be, marketpie.ca, I think it was, Mike, if I remember.
That was my older company, but yeah, that's just.
I was just testing my memory, bro. Just want to make sure.
That's good. That's good. I barely remember
cognitively
stuff like
with it. So put in your domain name, add your logo, create a package price, which we just showed, and then share the link. Then literally repeat that step until you get to the size of business that you want to. Coming back to what Matt DeSano said, you can only ever grow your business to the maximum amount of people that know you exist. So once you've got that set up, just keep sharing your link, use the tool to find your ideal clients, let them know how they can do business with you. So you can brand it as your own. You can sell the program for any price. You can build your own subscription revenue system in the hottest market there is, which is lead generation. And you can combine that with your snapshots to deliver a complete done for you system to your clients. Leads out of business, what oxygen is to humans. Without it, we die. And this is what your clients know as well, which is great. And being the one who solves the problems opens the doors. Every business on the planet, let's go the 99.9% rule, needs more clients, and you get to be the one that provides that to them. So amazing results. Bobby, first demo booked less than 6 hours after sending out an email. Star Cod, who runs an amazing organization out there. She's got over 100,000 people in her Facebook group. I know this is minor, but celebrating my first sale outside of affiliate sales, all through the nurtured sequence that we set up using the tool. First client on board, not even set it up yet. Just sold my first license, $400 a month with a $600 setup fee, says Cortez. Brad, 2 clients this week. Bridget, 13 sales with one product within 24 hours. Now, Bridget already had a database and she just sent out, hey guys, new leads tool, sign up here. 13 sales later. Brad, who we just said 2 clients in a week, went on to build $1,500 in monthly recurring revenue in his first month, which we thought was really cool. Mike signed up today, already sold a $500 a month client. So it's not a secret. What we sell, and guys, this is a snapshot as well. It's not a secret what we teach. Once you have the leads tool, we give you a snapshot that we call the 20 free leads snapshot. So you identify your clients, as we just showed you. You offer them 20 free leads just to jump on a call. Let me show you my leads tool. I'll give you 20 free leads just to jump on a call with me. You're showing them the white label demo that we give you guys, and then you're signing them up with
but just to take it right back into what you're like, if you're selling a snapshot, whether it's to other agencies or to an agency or building your own snapshot, how much more valuable is a snapshot that has, you said the 20 free leads tool, or you can have your own version of that versus one that doesn't? Like
exactly.
Even just from the side of saying, even if they're not ready for a tool like that, is that not just the easiest little upsell of saying, hey, not only is the system, you're not, you need a basic starter to get going. You don't need all the lead pages. You don't need all it. When you understand the problem that you're solving is right now, they just need a basic thing to get started. You can have that bigger package and you can justify its price because it's not just another HighLevel template. You've thought through exactly the type of people are coming through, and it's connected to a tools, third-party integrators like, the white label suite, et cetera. And having all that stuff figured out for people is what really lifts the price of snapshots.
You got it.
As opposed to being just another set of templates.
Exactly right. And it's so much easier to sell a business on leads than it is to sell them on an automated system. You can open the door with the leads generation. So literally saying to a business, let me generate some leads for you. And you can close the deal with the automated system that handles the leads and does all the things that your amazing snapshots will do. So let me keep going through. We've got a whole bunch of testimonials here, but you guys can read all about those on our site. There's some amazing stories in there, actually. But this is the deal. You got access to our entire system for less than $130 a month. I think it works out to be about $127 with Mike's deal. But guys, if you pick up the annual offer, which is $14.97, for those who pick up that annual offer through this presentation, we're also going to give you a snapshot pack of our own with 40 local businesses that you can immediately go out and approach. So 40 snapshots in one pack. And these snapshots are for local service companies. So they are the landscapers, the roof repairers, the carpet cleaners, the driving instructors, right? So we're going to give you a pack of 40 snapshots. So now if I've got a snapshot, as we've just shown on the training here, if I've got a snapshot that helps roof repair companies generate leads and automate their system, who would I sell that to? Roof repair companies. How am I going to find roof repair companies? Use the tool. So now we can use the tool to focus on the niche of the snapshot, and we can go out and help those businesses with our GHL, building our GHL subscription service. If anybody's picking up the annual license, we're also going to include that pack of 40 snapshots plus any other snapshot from our snapshot store of your choice. So you can, we're going to show you how to do that in just a sec, but you will be able to, as soon as you purchase, if you pick up the annual license, you'll get an email that gives you a special code, and you can choose any snapshot from our snapshot store, and you're also picking that up as a bit of a gift with Mike's blessing. So
I'm still really hooked on that idea of like a roofer or somebody giving them just a list of 500 people so that their advertising has already got the targeting and lookalike audiences.
Isn't that amazing?
In. Like just that alone is going to cut out like a couple of months of testing of,
right?
Of ad spend. Like that's
exactly. Yeah. And what's that worth to a client? If they get one business in, they've justified their cost to you. So you can sell them your system, 2,000 setup, $500 a month, and they know that they get one new lead, one new client, and it's paid for your entire thing, which is really cool. So again, guys, we want to give you guys this gift. Any of our snapshots that we've got business coach snapshots and live event snapshots and masterclass snapshots, product launch snapshots, all that kind of stuff. You get to choose any one of those for free as part of this gift. And of course, you get that 40 pack as well if you're picking up the annual offer. whitelabelsuite.com/MP for Mike Pacito, MP-offer. You get the access to the leads tool. You get the full white label license. You get all of our sales tools and systems. So our scripts, our sales videos, our slide decks, our sales call recordings. You get all of our ads. So all of our landing pages, Facebook ads, templates, YouTube videos. You get all of our social media content, scripts. You get our entire licensing system. So you can sell that for whatever you want. As Lindsay said, I went and sold a whole dang $7,500 lead gen package. I need some help getting my snapshots and leads set up. So you can sell it for whatever you want to sell it for, and you get that for $130 a month. Yes, there is a monthly option. You end up paying a bit more, but I'll cover that in a second. So bonuses, you're also getting included our 20 free leads snapshot. You're getting the customer fulfillment snapshot and the fast setup and sales snapshot. So all of these snapshots are included. In other words, you get a system that you can go out and make sales with this lead gen program on day one. You get our freedom package. Now, this is where we did our whole niche training, Mike, in the freedom program. We are selling this program individually for $497, but we're including it for any white label suite members. How to find a niche, how to set up their business properly, how to scale, how to recruit, all of that kind of stuff covered in our white label freedom package. We're giving access to our masterclass vault with some of the best trainers in the world that we've had come in over the last 3 years, helping people grow their businesses. As Jess said, I'm not going to lie, these talks have been incredible. Not even used the leads tool yet. These talks alone are so worth it. Once I suss the leads, it's fire, baby, which was really great. We have live support and Q&A sessions every single week. We've got a team of people on standby at any time, as well as AI answering questions. We've got over 1,600 people in our community where you can connect and do deals. So if you're an incredible bot builder and you meet somebody who's an incredible page builder, you can do a deal together and blow up your clients on both sides. That's all part of a white label suite as well. You get the whole thing for $130 a month. And if you can find one client and they can see the value, then you're in front. So for those who choose the annual payment, we are also including those 40 local business snapshots and any other snapshot from our store at your choice. Couple of quick questions. What sales tools are included? Ads, banners, emails, videos, webinars, slide decks, call scripts. So literally you have a ready to go business model. I can sell a lead gen program using all of the systems that are in there. How do I get all of that? Some are downloads, some are checklists. They're all included and loaded up into GHL format. If you don't have GHL, Mike will flick you a link where you can get a trial and you can get all the good stuff. But if you're part of the Snapshot buy sell community, I'm pretty sure you've got GHL already. But that's how you get all the tools. Is it a one-time payment? No, it's an annual fee. You can cancel anytime. You keep getting the leads. Your clients keep getting this access to the software, and you have access to our $1 million system for just $1,500 a year. Do we have a monthly option? Yes. You end up paying a little bit more. You can grab it if you need to. It's $197 a month. The Snapshot pack special deal is only for the annual buyers. We want to make sure we honor that if you're committing for that. So $14.97 a year gets you all of the Snapshot bonuses. But if you want to go the monthly, you can at the $197 level. Can I sell unlimited leads accounts? Yes, there is no limit on the amount of accounts you can sell. Is there a guarantee? Yes, absolutely. If you get in and you see all the materials we've created for you, you use the leads tool and you don't see your ideal clients on the screen, or no conditions, if you simply change your mind. If you're just unhappy for any reason whatsoever, you can get a full refund anytime in the next 30 days. All right. So we want to make that 100% fair to you guys. If you jump in, you don't like what you see, drop us a line, money back. Even if you just change your mind, we want to make sure that you feel safe in that purchase. How do I make sales? We'll show you in the training. You select your package for sale, set your price, and the buy link's created for you, and you're ready to go. So that's our gear, the own leads tool plus the white label program, all the snapshots and everything included. And this was our gift. I promised you guys a gift for sticking with me. You can grab our whole training program on making sales with snapshots. Again, with Mike's blessing. So coming through this link, make sure that it's your gift from Mike and the Buy Sell Snapshots crew. whitelevelsuite.com// snapshot course. All right. So you can get that free training right now. whitelevelsuite.com// snapshot course. And that's it. Guys, if you can see some value here, and I hope you can have a lead gen system where you can take a snapshot and find your ideal client. Not only that, you have a white label license to that. So you can include lead generation as part of your snapshot offering. Let me say that again. You get to go to market offering to local businesses or any businesses on the planet the opportunity for them to solve their biggest problem and pay you for the privilege. You get to offer lead generation as part of your service offering with your snapshots and with GHL. And I hope you can see the value there. Guys, jump on board. All the bonuses through the link, whitelevelsuite.com/MP-offer.
I really appreciate you guys coming by. And as I said, accountability and having data informed decisions for your snapshots, it's really going to be a game changer. And I really appreciate you guys taking the time for this. And yeah, dudes, that Facebook group, I think I need to be in that one there. So shoot me a link there, guys. And
Jump in.
but yeah, we'll be hanging out again for sure. And maybe I get to jump in on one of your guys' things as well.
For sure.
Awesome.
For sure. We'd love you to. Amazing.
Thank
you
you
so
care,
much, guys. Great to see you. And Mike, amazing to hang out with you, mate.
Yeah, we'll do it again.
Cheers, everyone. See you guys. Bye-bye.